All right, we're here at Nightcliff Oval with Nightcliff player Ash Duncan. Ash, how are you, mate?
Very good, thank you. Very good.
That's good. Thanks for joining us on Primac Sports.
No
travelling pretty well so far this year, the Tigers, mate. Sitting atop the table, game clear. St Mary's are right behind you with a little bit of a percentage advantage.
Yep.
Obviously, the next few games leading into those finals, we've got about 6 rounds to go. Really crucial.
Very crucial. Look, the season, as usual, is very competitive. St Mary's have always been a very strong side. Again, this year they're proving to be in the same sort of form. So it's been a good start for us so far, but we've got to keep it up every week. We know they're right behind us. So
yeah, well that's it, mate. Obviously the two of you battling it out, both got to win against each other. Still one more match to come in a few weeks' time, which will obviously probably be quite crucial depending on other results as you head in trying to hold that top spot heading into the finals.
Absolutely, it's going to be very crucial. Obviously both sides will be on that first week off in the finals, so top spot would be very nice. We know they're going to come out. They're obviously playing very well. Probably for the last 7 or 8 rounds of the season, they've been very impressive. So we've got a lot of work to do. We know that they're going to be coming for us, and hopefully the game in a few weeks is going to be a solid contest.
That's the way. So obviously a pretty decent win for you guys on the weekend against Wanderers. Another big game. They were sitting third, still are. They're just on for and against. They're right in the mix. You guys, I thought, from watching the game, really sort of put the clamps on them in the end of the third and the start of the fourth, which really broke you away from what was a pretty tightly held contest before that.
Absolutely. We pride ourselves on our fitness. We work pretty hard out here on the track, so we always have confidence going into the last sort of half of the game that we're going to be able to run the game out well. So I don't think there was much difference in the sides on the weekend. Wanderers had a very good side in. They're a very strong outfit as well, as they've been in the last couple of grand finals. Yeah. We knew that going into the game, and I think maybe just the mental edge that we have, knowing how hard we train and knowing that we've run a few games out in the last half earlier in the season, held us in good stead.
Yeah, that certainly showed. This weekend's opponents, Waratahs, also had a big win last weekend.
Yeah.
They came out of the gates flying against Tiwi and really just put them under pressure from the first quarter. They seemed to take the foot off the pedal a little bit later in the game, but I think they were just holding on to making sure they had enough there to get that win pretty comfortably.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Waratahs have been a huge improvement this year from previous seasons. Obviously they've been competitive, but looking at their list, they're very strong, and I think each week they seem to be getting stronger. Last week's performance was probably one of their better ones for the season, so coming into this week it's going to be a very competitive game, we know that.
What do you think the keys are going to be this weekend to getting the win here at home?
I think first of all, we just have to keep working on the things we're trying to work on, our ball movement, defensive running, all the things that basically make up what the good sides do, like St Mary's and Wanderers have done in the past. So if we can just focus on our game and limit their ability to use the footy, hopefully we can get our hands on the footy in the centre first. Seb Gilhouse has been in great form, so if we can get him tapping the ball down to our mids, it's going to hold us in good stead for the day. Yeah,
Seb's certainly been dominating the comp fairly well, and probably the leading ruckman by a bit of a distance now. The way he's playing, if he can continue that form, it's certainly going to be a real boost for you guys.
Absolutely.
Talking about guys with cementing things, made 50 games last week, so it might have been certainly a nice honour for the club to chalk up that sort of milestone.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was funny. Seb Gilhouse is just rocking up to training now. He and Cale Cossack joined me on our milestone games. Cale, being a young fella, has got there a lot quicker than what we have. So I had a few seasons off, travelled and whatnot, so I'm just glad to be able to etch 50 games in for the club. It's a great honour.
Yeah, it's certainly good to see a few of the guys starting to do that, and there's been talk around obviously NTFL, and it's good to see sides starting to get some consistency and be winning with consistent players that are there, not just bringing in guys that are imports.
Absolutely, yeah. It's obviously we've got a lot of young guys playing, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot more 50 gamers coming up in the next couple of seasons.
It's great to see those juniors coming through, mate.
Oh, it's massive.
We'll have a look at the other 3 games for the weekend. First up, Saturday afternoon, we got the winless Tiwi Bombers. They haven't been far away in a number of games. In other games, they seem to have been blown off the park a little bit, playing against Buffs early at TIO at 2 o'clock.
I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think Tiwi, obviously Buffs are a good side. They've got some talented players this season. They've played some good footy. I think Tiwi are hungry for the win. They played pretty well against St Mary's a couple of weeks ago with a young side. And I mean, they were very close to us earlier in the season as well. I think we just ran away in the last quarter against them over on the island. So they're going to be coming hard this week, and who knows? I think it could be a close match. We'll see what happens.
They've certainly come close a number of times. We said Buffs missing a couple after a bit of brouhaha at half time last week. So a couple of boys missing a couple of weeks. So if Tiwi can take the opportunity, certainly a good chance this weekend.
Absolutely.
Second up, we've got Districts hosting Wanderers out at Districts. Districts absolutely on fire last weekend, and we know they grow another leg at home out there. So thoughts on that one, mate?
I think this is going to be a tight match as well. Obviously, Wanderers, we know what they're like in the second half of the season. They've always proven to be a good side in the second half of the season. Districts very impressive last week. I know we've always found it difficult to play them out at home there at Norbuilt, so it's going to be an interesting contest. It'll be a very close one, I think.
Yeah, I certainly think it'll be fairly close and fairly physical, so looking forward to that one. The final game of the round, or it's the third game of the round, St Mary's versus Palmerston. Palmerston looked a bit off their game last weekend and certainly paid the price in the results. They're going to have to be on their game against St Mary's.
Absolutely. I think we know that Palmerston always try hard. They're a very solid unit. They hit the ball hard. They show a lot of talent in patches. If they can put 4 quarters together, they could push St Mary's, but St Mary's have been in some pretty amazing form lately, so I'd probably give St Mary's the nod there.
Yeah, they've certainly been really running hot, and I don't think there'd be too many tips as leaning towards Palmerston, but we know the Magpies are always, capable of an upset and quite often sneak those up. Finally, back to your game, mate. Great as always to play here at Nightcliff Oval on a Sunday afternoon. Full day of footy. We've got the 18s, the Div 1 before you boys, so it'll be a great opportunity for all the fans to get down and support the Tigers.
Absolutely, it's going to be an amazing day. It's always a fun day down here at Nightcliff. We love playing here. We love when the supporters come out. So if you've got the day off on Sunday and you're a Nightcliff supporter or just interested in the NTFL, come along and check it out. It's going to be a good game.
All right, no worries at all, mate. Good luck for game 51, and thanks again for being on the show.
Thanks very much.